show. You're watching Seeing the Unseen with Christopher LaPratt. My name's Kenan, his son and the producer of the show. Now, tonight's title, Expect Nothing Except Good. It sounded like a question, but it's really more of a command. Expect nothing except good. And I mean that. But before I go too much further, a quick piece of housekeeping for anyone who's out there joining us for the very first time, or at all for that matter. Be sure to say something in the chat so I know you're here. The first time there's no charge for readings, but going forward after that, it's $10 per card, or you can pay $100 and cover the entire month. That's every show, which happens 3 times per week. It's 1 card per show. So I feel like it's a pretty sweet deal. Saves you some money there. Now, a quick thought to share before I turn it over to Christopher for the evenings. And it's actually just the other day, he shared a video with me, my dad, Christopher, about dismissing bad thoughts. And to summarize, when a thought you dislike comes along, quickly say, "Be gone from here. You have no power and never did." Then focus on something, really anything, that promotes feelings of safety, comfort, and joy. And then just keep doing that. So that's a little mental recipe for a happy life, if you so choose to use it. At any rate, thanks for listening. Here's Christopher. Enjoy the show.
Great blessings to you all. And so tonight's show, I like the incense to have you expect nothing except good in your life. And to even see the good from even some of the challenges that you may be experiencing or going through. You know, I used to say, as I've said on the show, I've got to go to work. Ken would correct me. No, you get to go to work. You get to do life. You get to do this amazing thing. You don't have to do anything. You get to. So that's the blessing for the incense tonight. Expect nothing except good. So tonight, the group card is this throat portal. It's truth, courage, and suppression. And I like to think the suppression part is knowing when to be quiet, but at the same time being able to speak your truth. A lot of times when I give a reading, I'll give you an example. This one woman's father was very ill. And she wanted to know if her dad was going to be okay. And I just said, he's going to be awesome. He's going to get much, much better. But I spoke my truth. Even though I knew what she was asking, because within a week he had passed. But I saw no benefit, and he actually was much, much better. She didn't talk to me for several weeks. But then she began to have signs that he was definitely around. And I told her about some of the signs, and she realized that what I saw about him getting much, much better was actually really true. My point of this is sharing this with you is know where you are speaking from. Yes, it's coming out the throat, This is the throat portal where you speak your truth. But where is it coming from? Is it coming from the mind? Is it coming from the heart? Is it coming from the body? Or is it coming from the divine? And those are all examples of really paying attention to what it is that we're saying. And you can rephrase things. For instance, if you if you were all dressed up and you were going to speak in front of a large group of people, and 2 minutes before you were going to go on stage, you asked somebody, "How do I look?" and your suit or your dress actually looked really bad, what benefit would it be for that person to tell their truth and go, "No, you look horrible"? What is that going to do to your psyche and to your presentation and to your ability to connect with other people? But what if you were the person being asked and you said, "You know what? You're going to go on stage, you're going to be awesome." Right? You can speak your truth or put it in a different way. And you can come up, that's what the mind is for, is to come up with these amazing abilities to not necessarily lie, but to circumvent. Or some people are not ready for the truth. They simply are not ready for the truth. I'll tell you one example. A woman wanted me to read for her sister. And I just said, she's not ready. She's not ready for a reading. Well, 10 years later, the sister called me back. She goes, "Is my sister ready for a reading?" I went, "Yeah, she's ready for a reading." And what I didn't realize is when I was reading for the sister told me that her sister had told her 10 years before that I would not read for her. And it made her really want to work on herself so that I would be able to at least be able to read for her. And it wasn't, it's just that I knew that, like, I will not take people's money if I know that I really can't help them. Because it's an exchange of energy. And so this is the ability to, but she thanked me for not reading for her 10 years before. Because she goes, that forced me to really, really, really work on myself and my life. And she left her alcoholic, abusive husband. She lived in a little camper trailer in friends' backyards for 3 years, different camper trailers. And then she absolutely got her life back together and has a beautiful home in Oregon. Anyway, so my point is where are you speaking from? Mind, heart, body, or the divine? The fact is, honestly, there's sometimes that we want to be lied to. For instance, if you ask somebody, "How are you today?" you hope they're going to say, "Oh, fine." You don't have time. You don't have the bandwidth, the wherewithal for them to go into a huge soliloquy of how horrible things are for them. Right? So you go, it's just here in America. In China, when I lived in China, their greeting is "Ni chir balameo," which is, "Have you eaten lately?" Well, I didn't know the custom. You don't know customs. They don't expect you to say no. They expect you to say, yes, I've eaten. Because if you say no, the culture demands that they bring you into their house and they feed you. So it took a while for me to catch on to that, that kind of a custom. Anyway, this is about speaking your truth and then also being able to accept truth, which is extremely important. Okay, there, we did it. And can we have a list up?
Oh, yeah. Well, first is Lindsay.
Okay, all right. Hey, Lindsay. Happy Wednesday. I'll shuffle my deck here. Oh, that one really flew out. Universe, so this might be a really good mantra for you, Lindsay. Universe, show me now how I may be limiting myself in love, in money, in career, in family, whatever it is. Universe, show me now how I may be limiting myself. Universe, universe, make me comfortable with expansion. A lot of people are like mentally, spiritually, emotionally agoraphobic. They can be very closed. You know what agoraphobia is? Where people never leave their house. Some people don't even leave their bedroom. Because they're afraid of the outside, or they're afraid of moving outside or going into the expansion. This is you exploring different. So you're an artist, Lindsay. You know how you play with different paints or different canvases or different material, different forms of art until you really begin to find your niche, right? Your niche. You breathe in and then you breathe out. Take a deep breath in and then you breathe out. And you don't worry about being scared that you're not going to have a breath in. Oh, there you have a breath in, okay. It's natural, it comes natural. And you breathe out naturally. You're not afraid of, oh my God, am I going to breathe out again? Yeah, you just breathe in and breathe out. It's a process. And I love the spiral here in this picture for you because it feels like sometimes you're spiraling down, but then all of a sudden you're spiraling up even faster. It's kind of like the rubber band, right? The rubber band pulls back and then releases, or the shot put, or the what do they call that? You know, the
Slingshot?
slingshot. Yeah, like the slingshot. You pull it back and then it fires. So you may be going through a little bit of a pullback, but it's actually not. And a lot of times when that's happening in our lives, when we feel like there's a pullback, it's actually stuff falling away, even more so, that we don't need. And it can be kind of emotional. And part of that emotion, and we've said this on the show before, is this kind of sadness that you realize, oh, this is all falling off. I could have let go of this 20 years ago. Do you know what I mean? It's like, but it's this springing forward is what I'm seeing here, which is the exploration, this boldness, this boundlessness it's opening up for you. And I would do several of these, what they call cross crawls. I'm safe, I'm safe, I'm safe, I'm safe, I'm safe, I'm safe, because you're moving into something that previously scared you or may have scared you. But that's a good thing. Like, you're growing. This is a growing card. This is absolutely not giving up and just stepping into it. Just stepping into it. You don't ever hold back the paint from the canvas, because you know you can do it over or you can do it differently. And sometimes you just have to, you're letting yourself go sometimes, right, on the canvas. That's what your life is like, and that's what you're moving into. Just this freedom, so much more freedom. Okay, my dear Marilyn, we get to do a private reading tomorrow, Kenan and I both. So I'm really looking forward to that. Okay. So there's a story in the Bible where they took lamb's blood and they call it the Passover, and they would put it above their doorway. And then the angel of death in the time of Moses would pass over that house, and that house would avoid the loss of a child or just loss. So it's absolutely okay to withdraw from the world during certain periods of time or of your life, because, or you get a feeling that you shouldn't go somewhere. That's where this spiritual protection, like the blood on the door, is there to tell you to not go out. And you'll know, and it will make no logical sense about either going or not going somewhere, but rather staying home. And so this exiled card it's not a bad card, but it's a matter of you're needing, again, this is kind of like Lindsay, about regrouping, kind of gaining your voice back, gaining your strength back. Regrouping, building energy, resting, right? It's resting, and especially when you're going through a spiritual growth, your body, your brain, it needs, it's physical. We're a physical body right now on this planet. We actually need the rest. We actually need the time. We actually need the downtime. So if you're having been a little bit tired lately, just rest. It's you're building new neural pathways. Okay? So, okay, Tiffany. I'm going to go back to the group card for you, Tiff, which is the throat card. It's the throat portal. The voice is such a gift. It's like someone's coming into your life or is already there in your life, but the communication is going to be able to be so much more there for you where you can just simply express your feelings. And it's not that you express your feelings for someone else to fix them or to help. Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus, that book, they talk about women talking because they need to hear their own voice. It just accesses a different part of the brain. And actually, even speaking, you hear yourself and you get a more complete picture of the issues. And then you get the aha. You get the download. You get the oh. Just by talking. So this is important for you. To find somebody you can actually just open up to, then they don't have to say anything. Don't go to somebody that wants to fix you or to rescue you. It's just helping you be able to verbalize better out than in. Okay, speaking your truth. And then this is the innocence play discovery. What is it that you really love doing? Do more of that. Spend an extra hour or two every week doing what it is you absolutely love doing. Something that feels like play to you. Something that you really enjoy doing. Add an hour a week, at least right now. Again, we're going to go back to Lindsay and Marilyn. You also are regrouping. You're getting more ahas. Let me put it this way to everybody on the show tonight. So, Austin, Doc, Diane, Jared, Kat, Lana, Jeff. Listen, let me illustrate it like this. You know how dogs can hear certain pitches? When we talk about enlightenment, when we talk about these spiritual gifts, one of the major manifestations is your sensitivity, where you begin to hear pitches like dogs. And I mean, I'm using this as a metaphor, but your awareness grows. Whereas before something would happen that would be odd, or you would see something out of the corner of your eye and you would go, oh no, that's just my imagination. Now you go, that was interesting. It's like me going to the Mexican restaurant last weekend and seeing a guy sitting out there. And I'm thinking, okay, there's a reason I'm seeing him. And then that's when we were talking to the owner, and she's like, oh yeah, it was the guy that committed suicide, a couple of years before we moved into the building. We see him all the time. Anyway, it's not that you need the validation, but Tiffany, you're moving down the rabbit hole further, where more synchronistic events. So Austin, Doc, Jared, Diane, Lana, Jeff, all of you are experiencing more synchronistic events, and sometimes it feels like you're going down the rabbit hole. Your trained left brain wants to explain it. They want to, okay, it happened because of it. No. It's a vast universe here, people. It's a vast universe. Anything can and does happen. And a lot of times there's no explaining it. And maybe you need to read my book again. It's wild, right? It's wild. So we've got Austin. Austin, I swear you've had this card Monday night. Tell me if this is really odd. So, Lindsay, okay, Austin, anywhere.
You got the same card on Sunday too. Sorry. Go ahead.
You got that card on Sunday. Yeah. So, out of 84 cards, for the same card to come up with, there's something really here. Like, it's really important for you to take a look at this. Anywhere, Austin, where you have accepted what other people, okay, what we're dealing with here, Austin, let me back up, is we're dealing with like the subconscious, like things that you're not consciously aware of. Okay, let me address that first, because we all have that. We all have that. Different ways of survival, different ways we've been taught automatic survival. Okay, that's the importance of this. So let me back that up and say this isn't necessarily something you're conscious of, but you're going to be conscious of it, because this card's come up at least 2 or 3 times for you in 3 days. Anywhere where you have based your value on whether other people, especially women, have accepted or not accepted you, are you willing to let that go now? And for that never to return. And because we've got the group card tonight, which is the voice, anywhere where you've been told that you were a certain way, or you should believe this, or you should believe that, or you should do this, or you should do that, are you willing to completely let it go? This is the self-love card. It's not about ego. It's not about ego, Austin. This is about loving yourself despite of what you do or don't do. You know, it's like being told, I'm only going to love you if you eat your peas, which is ridiculous, right? But is it? When you're a child, it's not ridiculous. So these are things this is about absolute self-love. And you're a precious person. You're an amazing person. You've got incredible abilities. You is kind, and you is smart, and you is important. Okay? This is going to be coming up. Let it go. When these things come up, it can be emotional, it can be physiological. When things like that would come up for me sometimes, I'd be throwing up for a couple of days, literally physiologically releasing stuff. But this is leaving the shoulds or have tos or need tos, especially around projections from or self-value from women. You know, I've shared this on the show. One of the great masters said, when asked, what's the difference between men and women? There is no difference. So this is you coming into a true reflection of yourself. Okay, Doc, here we go. All right, Doc. Anywhere where you believe good fortune, relationship, whatever it is in the other room or down the street in another house, are you willing to let that belief system go? This is the separation card, but it's also the card of unity. It's the Okay, let me put it this way. Let's say you go to a party with a group of people. You get to the party, and that group of people really starts getting hammered and drunk, and they're just saying awful things. Do you hang around them because that's your group? Because there's another group of people that are way more fun on the other end of the party. You go there. Okay? So you separate yourself from the negative and from the fear. But you know what? These are really good friends. What are they going to think if you leave them? No, leave them. Leave these friends. Leave these things that have served you in the past. And be free of thinking that if you bring this group over to meet this positive group, that it's going to change the negative group. No. This is you moving and only bringing in divinity and unity, because they're in the same room. And it's where you turn, it's where you focus, because you've got this divinity, you've got something divine working through you. Listen, Doc, when you're working with the divine, there's no syllabus, there's no guidebook, there's no directions when you're working with the divine. And if someone is very cerebral, that is really can be challenging for them. And so this is claiming your unity and your divinity. And there's something coming down from Canada to help you. Okay. All right, Diane, here we go.
So I neglected to mention also with Doc, his grand that you met at Disclosure Con is slipping away, he says, and her mom, or his mom is there, I guess.
Yeah. And so this is the, and so thank you, Kenan, just explain what was going on here, Doc. But this is that crown portal, you know, I met your grand, she's amazing. But this is the divinity and the unity. And so people leave us all the time, but they're a greater part of the unity, and you will feel her. This is the divinity, but it's not, again, it's not the separation. You can view it as separation, that she's leaving, or you can view it as unity. You can view it as divinity. Okay. Here we go, Diane. So anywhere, Diane, where you have attachment to outcome, attachment to scarcity, defending, So I worked with a gentleman one time who was, he was out with a girl and he was attacked, and he only had $1 on him. He was robbed, and it made the attackers even angrier because he only had $1 on him. And so they even beat him harder. Well, how it went in is that it went in as, well, I could never have enough money, and so I may as well not have any money. Or it could have gone in that way. But what I'm saying is, excuse me, and no matter how much money he made or would have made, the brain doesn't really do money. It maybe isn't something that we relate to. So this is letting go of scarcity, scarcity in health, wealth, relationship, and in any way, shape, or form that you're being punished or need to be punished anyway, anywhere along those lines. It's letting go. And also going to Disneyland. I love that. Okay. Okay, Jared. Wow. Is Kat here too?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
You can just do Jared and Kat together. That's fine.
Psychic Revealing Mastery. These are all brand new cards for me too. Okay. So thank you all for being here. Psychic Revealing Mastery. So, Jared, life for you, think about life as being one big gender reveal party. I was watching this video today, it popped up, and this couple, they had this beautiful cake made, and inside the cake, you slice the cake and it's either pink or blue. It's a gender reveal, and they pulled out the big sign that said gender reveal that was stuck in the cake, and when they pulled it out, the cake was stuck to the tongs, and it was pink, and so they were like really bummed. But they kind of recouped, and had a laugh about it. But it's kind of like that. It's like we don't know how things are going to work out. We don't know if the cake is blue or pink. And then it's a matter of letting go. We know the cake is eventually going to be cut. We're going to find out. But even then, with the gender, like your children, each one of them is a completely different personality. And there's no bakery in the world that is going to have a personality cake and what kind of personality they are. No, it develops as it grows and it reveals itself. Listen, we live in this mysterious universe. If you don't believe me, listen to Madonna. Madonna's like, life is a mystery, right? And that's what this is. There are things that we don't know, we can't figure out. But this is dedicating yourself in a mastery toward energy. Well, should I develop my mastery toward dentistry? Should I develop my mastery toward singing? Should I develop my what? No. If you develop your mastery toward energy, Jared, and I'm talking to everybody on the phone on the show, if you develop your mastery toward understanding energy or feeling energy, then it won't matter whether it's dentistry or singing or whatever it is, Kat, your spa. It's trusting that it's going to be revealed. It's just, there's a timing to everything. And just kudos to having the wisdom to not just listening blindly to what other people tell you. Okay. All right, Kat, here we go. Okay, so Kat, we'll probably have to have a private conversation on this one, but lifetimes. People have asked me if I do lifetime or life regression or past lives. And I usually tell them, listen, Don't you think there's a reason we don't remember our past lives? For one thing, we're doing all that we can to cope with this life. And trusting that the benefits that we have had from past lives have carried over into this life. That we know, that we're connected to the divine. So this is again talking like I was talking to Jared about using the baseline of your energy level, the spirituality of things. That gives you the super strength. That gives you the X-ray vision. That gives you the insight. That gives you these magical powers. Is trusting the baseline energy. So anywhere where you have been triggered lately, go, this is an opportunity. Especially from father or brother or brother-in-law. These people have been in your life for unfinished business in this lifetime for you to clear. So that there are no more triggers with them. And you don't devote any emotion or energy when they even look at you sideways. You have no reaction whatsoever. That's coming up to clear. And you're getting the lesson, Kat. You're getting it. Okay. Rochelle, thanks for being here. Yeah. Girl, you've got the stamina. Like a new vehicle is coming into your life, a new standard of living. So when you look at this, is Rochelle on a unicorn. Okay. I love it. It's not what you think. It's even greater than you think. So it's like getting out of your thinking. It's like getting out of your thinking and claiming it. So this is where the group card, which was the voice card, claiming it. I am this. I have this. I know it. It's coming. But connect with the energy. Connect with the source. Connect with that field, the quantum field, that energetic field of all openness. It's empowerment. Grounded, strength, and stamina. Beautiful card. If you have your camera, take a picture of this. I love this. But I'm going to share this with everyone because I can feel this coming in for your life. So I don't think anyone on the show would reject that energy, but I'm opening it to you if you like it, to have this empowerment, this stamina, this groundedness, and knowing that you have the strength. You absolutely have the strength. Lanny, it's so great to have you. Thanks for being here on the show. Tranquility, rest. Lana, rest. So, Lana, can you allow your asks to be bigger? or your demands to be a little bit more demanding and a little bit bigger. In other words, you're getting like a big house to sell. You're getting big land because this is the utopia. You look at this castle. These are you work as hard for a small house or a small piece of land as you do the bigger ones. This is something coming into your field, Lana, that will bring a great deal of abundance and utopia and freedom. But whatever it is that we're doing, Lindsay, Marilyn, Tiffany, Austin, Doc, Diane, Jared and Kat, Rochelle, Lana, Jeff, Death Crusher's here, Ashley. Universe, show me how now to think bigger. Give me bigger. Show me bigger. Universe, anywhere where I've been limited in my thinking, take that away now. Give me limitless thinking, limitless opportunity. Yeah, that's really good, Lana. Okay, we have
Jeff Reynolds.
Jeff. Okay, Jeff, thanks for being here. So, Jeff, what aligns with you? Not what aligns with other people. Are you willing to let go and be free of pleasing other people because they want you to align with them or their way of thinking? It's not that you can say interesting point of view, that you have that point of view, but this is you coming more into alignment because the frequencies with you are shifting. When they shift, just sit back and let them shift. Allow them to shift, allow them to settle. Then you move. This is you being in more of alignment with who you are and be free of the fear of making the wrong choice. I want everybody on the show, come on. Is every one of you free of the fear of making the wrong choice? Are you willing to let go of the fear of making the wrong choice? Can we send out a little energy on that one? Also, I will tell you this. This is something to share. Many times when your frequency level is going up, it affects electronics. It affects your phone. It'll affect your computer. It can affect the lights in your house. And I'm not sure why I'm saying that, but that's kind of an indication that your frequency is changing or moving up. I just worked with someone who was on television, was broadcasting, and the show went all bonkers because their frequency was literally going through the roof. And anyone that is tuned into energy, you could actually see it in the person, that their energy was just, And I really believe that it was affecting the sound and the cameras. It was really amazing. So that's Jeff. Do what's aligned with you. Death Crusher, it is so great to have you. After almost a year, I think. You haven't been on the show since almost I've been home, working from home and doing this show from home. So it's great to have you, Death Crusher. This is belief. Believe, 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 Death Crusher. This is, I see where you thrive or you need some time off is camping by a lake in the mountains and regrouping. This is about you needing to breathe, regroup, going back to your magical realms. This is where you excel. And there's no greater opportunity. Like Lana lives in northern Idaho. She's out in the magical realms all the time. But this is a being aware that you're in the magical realms. And the gifts that will come to you from this is, you know what? Go, you can get pictures of boats. I don't know what it is with you and boats, but there's something with a boat. Get a picture of it, put it in front of your desk, carry it in your wallet, look at it every day. The boat that you want. There's something about a boat that will give you the confidence that what you put out there, what frequency you're putting out, you will get. It's coming to you. It's coming for you. Okay. And Ashley, thanks for being here, Ash. So I was talking to Death Crusher about getting pictures of boats. Ashley, this is travel. Where would you like to go? And anywhere where you have limited yourself in not going because of timing, money, babysitters, blah, blah, blah. It's got to be more than just a vision board. It can include a vision board, but this is coming your way. This is an opportunity to travel more. A cruise. A cruise is coming up for you. Yeah. There's something with putting something inside candles or soap that's like a message for people. You know how I used to buy Cracker Jacks, not necessarily because I liked Cracker Jacks, but because of the toy that I got inside the Cracker Jacks. That's what they're showing me here, actually. It's like that. It's like upping your business a level, like doing something that is energetically really powerful. And Lana, if you're still on the show, Lana, you're in real estate. You know, they've got those condos there on Lake Pend Oreille that are what, $3.5 to $4 million. I'm not sure. That's what I mean. Put your energy there, because if you can create the wonderful things you've created, you can create even greater things. This is upping our game. Everyone on the show, are you willing to up your game? Yes, I say yes to me. It's up to you to say yes. And did we read for Abby and Marilyn, or are they here?
They were here this evening.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I think we've got everybody. Blessed, everybody have a blessed week. We will see you Sunday night. Love you all.